Right, it's just me. No puppies on this one. Puppies are indoors sleeping. Well, it should be. They've just been fed. Although quite likely I'll go home to some sort of ruckus. Ah, dear. Yeah. Right. Well, I just thought I should do a video, talk about a few things, but obviously when you've got pups, it's very difficult because you constantly shout at them and try and call them back when they run too far forward and all that sort of stuff. And you've got other dogs, you've got to be wary of that situation. So, yeah. I need to do more videos when I've got the dogs with me. Just go out and just do a video, really. Anyway, I'll be bringing them up here later. So, yeah. Or to the other place, actually, probably. Yeah. But basically, yeah, the last couple of weeks, to say they've been, like occasionally you just get this thing where things just happen. A number of things just happen and things just get completely on top of you. Yeah, the last couple of weeks have been that. Yeah. For 10 days I've not been able to work out, so quite often I can get rid of any angst by working out. So that's one avenue that I'm not able to do. Well, actually pretty much for the complete last 2 weeks really, because there was a week, and then since I've done legs, I've not been able to work out since then anyway. So, yeah, a lot. Well, because it's really useful, especially if you're doing heavy, then a lot of your anger can be released in that. Because, yeah, at the moment with what's going on in society, with what's going on with Covie, with what's going on with Christianity, with what's going on with everything else, there just seems to be a lot of rage in me right now. Yeah, a lot of stuff that's really at the surface. Yeah. As I say, normally I can release it at the gym. It's quite easy to release when you're lifting heavy because you've got that, and you can, yeah, that helps. The other thing that helps is normally that walk with Stuart, because you've got a bit of Christian contact, you're talking about a few Christian issues, you're talking about even this sort of thing. If there's an issue like this, I'd normally talk about it with him. He's cancelled the last 5. Times we were supposed to walk. 2.5 weeks. Which coincides with all this, things getting tougher. Well, I mean, the issue with that, I sent him a message about the fact of no more planned times. He hasn't got back to me. Now that means he's not happy with the message. But realistically speaking, if you're not part of the problem, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. If the way we're doing things is part of the problem, then we can't continue doing things that way. I've got enough stuff that I'm having to deal with. I don't need that as well. I really don't need that. I mean, put it this way, from a Christian point of view, from my understanding of maybe the ministry that I'm supposed to be doing, the way things are in the world right now is really bad. And it is incredibly blinking frustrating. I just pause this, we've got someone coming. Hi, nice lady. Appears we met before, because she was asking me where my dogs are. Yeah. Now I was saying about the Christian side of things. Oh, Jesus. Well, when you've had the vision of the disabled person being attacked by the thug, when you've had the dream about the creatures being led to their deaths, and that's supposed to be representative of, God's people being led by the devil, and we see what's going on. It's like, for goodness bloody sake, come on, we need to move forwards. Jesus bloody Christ, come on. So, an awful lot of my frustration is about that, but that's where meeting with Stuart, talking about these sort of things can be helpful. Not having a meeting, you're left to your own bloody devices, you're left to your own head. Which at times when other things are all sort of bashing in, like I've done videos recently about, no more BS. because I can't begin to try and explain how incredibly annoying all this BS is. That there's all this lies, and the fact that the general public seem to be buying it all the time. Now, this might not be something new. This might be the way it's always been. I don't know. But this is the time that I'm in, and it's really annoying when you get people buying into stuff. You know, certainly growing up, I don't think people were that stupid. Well, these people, they need God. You know, simple as that. So things need to move forward. So again, it's a case where things need to move forward, don't they? So, yeah. So in the last couple of weeks, things have just got massively on top of me. Yeah, I mean, I've been raging with the puppies at times, which to them is like me barking at them. Yeah. Someone else coming. One sec. I got past that person. Okay. Well, when I say it's like me barking at them, they don't understand anything I'm saying. All they understand is volume that I'm shouting. They don't understand what it is. Yeah, but when I've had them out there for quite a while to pee and poo, nothing, and then they come indoors and they shit all over the bedding, right where I sleep as well, right beneath where I sleep. So, for goodness sake, you've just been out. And if you are going to poo, don't poo on the bloody bedding. For goodness sake, poo away from that. You sleep on that. Not only do you sleep on that, I sleep right above it. My head is right above that. Ugh. So, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's just, going into a field like that and screaming would be quite a useful thing to do, really. Yeah. That's it. I mean, you just feel tired. It's not just tired. It's a tiredness that you can't get rid of. That's the thing. It's a tiredness that you can't get rid of. Sleeping doesn't help. But it's not tired as in body's tired. It's mentally bloody exhausted. Spiritually bloody knackered. Yeah. Even with people who are trying to be a pain in the arse to me, my reactions to that, the way I handle these people, is often wrong. I'm angered. I deal with it in anger and aggression rather than how I should deal with it as a Christian. And I imagine that's got worse over the past couple of weeks. Yeah. What to do with it, I don't know, because I've spoken to God about the situation. I know that really what's going to happen is going to happen. We can't see, I've seen on videos, we can't see the picture of what's ahead. It's quite likely a few miles down the track, things are looking a lot better. The problem is, we've had that hope for how many years now, and things haven't got better. As we go down the track, things just haven't got better. So, yeah. But that is important. I mean, put it this way, I did a video recently about saying that Christians, you may have 20 people in your life, but most of those people are going to be dragging you back. That's true. But that's why I also said, get rid of the ones who are worse at doing that. Keep the ones that aren't too bad, because you still need that sort of influence in your life. Even the idea that you're speaking about God, you're speaking about Christ with someone else. You're having that sort of interaction with someone else. It's really important. Well, because this world can swallow you up, and sometimes it does. Sometimes it just does. Yeah. And a lot of people, that's another one of my frustrations. A lot of people, young Christians, older Christians, are going through a horrendous time right now. Yeah, they need God. They need Christian counselling to help them. And what they need is not available right now. And that is incredibly very annoying. Yeah, I mean, put it this way. Yeah. I come across quite often, certainly the last couple of weeks, as incredibly worldly. Incredibly worldly. I know that. The way I've dealt with things, the way I've handled situations, hasn't been right at all. It's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a big dog, okay. I wonder what, I thought it was a blinking horse or something. It's a big old dog, that is. That's a big doggy, yes. Well, I mean, to a certain degree, we need to be like these trees, like more. Just be still, be at peace. Yeah. Just wait until whatever happens, happens, and if we need to move, then move. All right. But we try and be so busy, and we try and help things along when it's not our job to do so necessarily. And yeah, we get more and more frustrated by that. Yeah, because we make efforts that we're not called to make, that we're not supposed to be making, and that aren't going to come to anything. And when they don't come to anything, we get more and more frustrated. Yeah, that we've made all this effort and it's come to nothing. Yeah. Like recently I've done videos about the Extinction Rebellion, about the fact that all of this is, well, most of this is a lie. They're lying to us. They know they're lying to us. Yeah, the people that talk about global warming, they know that, you know, the ozone layer probably wasn't destroyed by people using hairspray. They know that. But they lied to us. They tried to make it out that it was our fault when it wasn't. It wasn't our fault in any way, shape or form. Yeah? America, Russia, China, North Korea, other countries have been testing nuclear weapons ever since the late 30s, early 40s. Yeah. They've tested so many right up there, haven't they? Right up there, massively in the atmosphere. And it's like, yeah, could that have destroyed the ozone? Yeah. Of course it could. Yeah. It's quite within the realm of possibilities, yeah. But of course, I mean, the thing of it is, it's all this stuff on the left where they're talking about women's rights, and yeah, the football players talking about to clean up racism from the game and from society. But they won't go to the places where these things are really, really bad, because they know that they're going to get beaten the crap out of if they go there. Right? They're going to get attacked if they go there. You know, like the place where the World Cup's going to be is an incredibly homophobic place. It's a place that's against women. So you're talking about any forms of discrimination that supposedly taking a knee is supposed to be against, but you're still going to go to the World Cup. It's BS. Yeah, the left feels comfortable doing all this crap here in the West because we won't say anything, but don't take the piss. The fact that we won't necessarily say, we won't attack you for it, it doesn't mean that you should keep shoving it down our throats. And the more we don't attack you, the more you're going to keep shoving it down our throats. It's bloody annoying. Yeah, like I did a video quite a while ago about when they had the issue. I think was it America? Canada, America. Where a trans bloke went into the women's jacuzzi, and the women were kicking off because obviously there was little kids in there. And this bloke was naked. But it now appears that the bloke has other charges against him for indecent exposure. So he was basically saying that he didn't expose anything, and it's like, well, hold it, you were naked, you had to get into the water, so clearly you did. Clearly you exposed something. But again, it's just where the trans community, they have women marching about this and just saying, yeah, we need to have a discussion about this. Some of the trans community went out and attacked the women. You know, so women's rights is now way below trans rights. It's like, would you pack it up? You know, this, at the moment, we're dealing with such levels of stupidity. And then you've got Biden, who's, you know, tripping over himself all the time and, you know, making bigger and bigger mistakes. And I've got a feeling he's going to resign. I don't think too soon, but in probably a year or 2 years' time, I think he's going to resign because, you know, he's getting older, his health, and he's giving the impression that he's a little dodgy old man. And yeah, you've got the very young woman as his, what do they call it over there? Deputy. Yeah, that sort of thing. Kamala Harris, and therefore I imagine she's going to be the president quite soon. Yeah. Which was probably organised to be the case anyway, I think. Well, because, you know, when Joe Biden was the first one going, it was like, excuse me, yeah, had you been running at the time when you were the vice president, yeah, not deputy, but vice, yeah, then different matter. Have we seen her already? I think so, yeah. Not one sec, just pause this. Well, basically, I mean, he would have been, what, 10 years younger? Certainly 8 years younger. I mean, it's quite a difference. But certainly by perception. Not necessarily by ability, but by perception. Public perception. As to whether you're too old. So there's always this craziness going on as well, which really needs to be sorted out, and the only one who can sort it out is God. So, you know, we need God. We need to get this situation sorted out about revival and about getting the church right, so we can get, you know, church where God is going to be welcomed into and will then function in, because that's the only way we're going to help these situations to get sorted. Isn't it? Help the crazy to get a bit more sort of calm. So the more crazy you see, the more you know that, you know, God is needed. Yeah, that's the reality. But having no Christian contact. You got Rob and Bianca down in the south of England somewhere doing whatever they're doing, God knows. But even that, I was thinking about that last night. You know, Rob, years ago, was sort of saying about the fact that he was incredibly wealthy and in a situation where he had loads of money and could just get whatever he wanted, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Well, I was thinking earlier, to a certain degree, you can sort of say, well, he wants a home in Kent, plus he wants a home in New Zealand. So to a certain degree, he still wants everything, doesn't he? He's still got that person inside of him that wants everything. You know? I mean, for most people, one home would be perfectly adequate. I mean, you know, it's usually the richer people, certainly the upper middle class, that would want one home in England and one home in another country, which is really what he wants. although I'm not sure what the situation is, whether they want to stay in England for a year, go back to New Zealand for a year, then come back to England for a year, and then New Zealand for a year, and a bit of a yo-yo situation. So I'm not going to even try and understand that. That's way beyond my capability. Well, I certainly don't understand it from his point of view because I'm not him. So I couldn't understand it from his point of view, couldn't I? So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, even the place I'm in, it's still really blinking annoying because obviously, I think Rob was the one. He took me over to view the property. I don't think he took me over to move in. He took me over to view it. I think he did, yeah. Yeah. Well, there was a few things wrong with the property which the landlord said that she would fix before I moved in, which she didn't. As soon as I then moved in and realised she hadn't, I thought, oh, what have I got myself into here? Yeah? It wasn't a choice. I was in homeless accommodation in Inverness, and they wanted the accommodation back because they were turning the accommodation into more of a sort of paid, quite expensive hostel sort of thing. So they couldn't have people living there that were homeless and DSS and that sort of stuff. So Well, to be honest, as I say, with regards to that situation, that woman's coming back again. Weird. So one way, then the other way, then the other way, then the other way. She's having a good walk. There you go. That's one thing. I was going to say, from situation as it is that, well, we don't know, do we? Well, these people again, saw them, man, with the big dog, They walked around and around and around. Okay, cool. So what happened? We don't know. Better times could be just around the corner. Don't know. No idea at all. That's a big old doggy. That is. That doggy. Massive. Comes up to the waist. That dog. That's a big dog. That's cool. Aye. Big dogs are good. Some small dogs, lovely dog. Got good nature anyway, that one. Right, gotta get home now. Sort the doggies out. Just looking around to see what's behind. Nothing really, so there you go. Get home, sort doggies out, and take them out later. Well, they just have food, so I don't want to take them out just yet. They can go out a bit later, can't they? So there you go. You take care. God bless. I will speak to you soon. Bye bye. No idea who's fighting with who up there. Hopefully just a Yankee, not another dog. Dusty. You see the dust off that. My goodness me, that's dusty. Wow, okay. My legs are healed enough to come up here today, so yeah. Well, because we end up in the river. We're not going there. Come loose. It's you. Come. Come, Bubba. Yeah, otherwise we end up in the river. Well, I phoned up Stuart. Had a chat with Stuart. Well, because I phoned him up earlier. Didn't get through. He phoned me back, so I phoned him back. Had a good chat with him. Just explained a few things to him. But as I said to him, I was talking earlier, the video I did, about the situation with society. But I live in a country, Scotland, where 2/3 of the people voted for a nationalist party. Voted for a separatist nationalist party. Right? Now, I bet you one thing. All these people that voted for the SNP would soon say that the parties in Poland that are nationalist are bang out of order. But they voted for a nationalist party. And what were the churches doing? while this was going on. It's not just they voted for the SNP once, they voted for the SNP, 2/3 of the population of Scotland, on 5 or 6 occasions. So what on earth is the church doing? Because an awful lot of these church members are voting for the SNP. They're voting for a nationalist party. Well, as I said to Stuart, I said the problem is, I said the Lord described his people, this is his people, as sheep. Why? Because sheep are incredibly stupid. And this is the point, people are incredibly bloody stupid. Yeah, they really are. Chewie, where you going, mate? Where you going, my boy? That's reality. Sheep are incredibly stupid. I mean, look, these doggies are pretty stupid. You know, collies are one of the most intelligent dogs. But even that, compare that to a human, and they are pretty stupid, right? The problem is, sheep are even more stupid than collies. And they're all described us as sheep. Right, walk away, walk away, come on. So if those who are in Christ are like sheep, those who are not in Christ are even more like sheep. They're even more blinking stupid. I mean, well, all this stuff that's going on with the left, you've got this yeah, again, in Scotland. It's only in Scotland, isn't it? All the mad stuff is going on in Scotland. So you basically got a huge amount of the population of people in Scotland haven't learned from what happened in Germany. You had a population in Germany where most of the people in the population in Germany thought that what the Nazi Party were doing to the Jews was a bit out of order. You know, round up the Jewish people and, you know, marking them out so that they couldn't be employed, they couldn't get loans, they couldn't get this, they couldn't get that. You know, most people thought that was out of order. But they said nothing because they thought, what's the worst that can happen? Right? They saw these people taken off on trains and they thought, well, you know, they'll probably be put in somewhere and, you know, fed and taken care of, and families won't be split up, they'll all be kept together. They didn't imagine that their own people could do such horrible things to these individuals. They didn't imagine that their neighbours and the people they saw walking down the street could do these horrendous things. But they could, and the reason why they could is because when you should have stood up and said something, you didn't. Then you had another chance to stand up and say something, and you didn't. So you were basically giving them permission all the way along, saying, that's okay, you keep doing this. So of course they're going to push it, because you're giving them permission. We have the same here with the left, with the things the left are doing. You know, you have that situation where they're now saying that kids the age of 4 can choose their gender. So as I said the other day, you have a situation where a lot of males, certainly if it's one young male in a household where there's, you know, girls who are a little bit older playing with dollies, that boy will play with dollies. For a while, for a time. At the moment, the suggestion is by government that that boy could choose to be classed as a girl. Now, I don't imagine that that'll be set in stone yet. 10 years down the line, where are we going to be with that? Where are we going to be? You know, that child is then whisked off to hospital, having an operation, getting the penis and testicles removed, you know, turning that area into a vagina at 4 years old. Is that possible? If you keep being quiet when you should be standing up, anything is possible. We have to learn that from history. Anything is possible. That's why, as I say, to me, I'm looking at people just sitting around and sort of saying, well, it's wrong, but they're not willing to do anything about it, are they? Next time the election comes, they're still going to vote for the SNP, the party that's bringing all this into practice. Because they're thinking, again, well, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah, it's saying that children who strongly believe, 4 years old, who strongly believe that they should be of the other gender. Right, come this way a sec. I'm not going to go there a sec. No. Well, I can hear a lot of noise over there. So all the while I can hear a lot of noise over there, I'm not going to go over there just yet. No, because I don't know what's over there. So, better to not go over there right now. Hopefully that noise will go away. No, that's the point. When you're quiet, when you have an opportunity to stand up and say something and you don't, you're giving permission for them to go a step further and a step further and a step further and a step further. And yeah, where this will end, like I say, go back to early 1930s. Ask the German people, where do you think this is going to end? This slight persecution of the Jews, where do you think this is going to end? Would any of them really imagine it end with pits of bodies of people that had their clothes taken off, their heads shaved off, they were starved, and then basically gassed to death, and then dumped in a bloody ditch? Would anyone imagine that's the worst it could get? You're trying to understand my sort of frustration? That's why. That's why in these videos quite often I've come to the point of just saying, look, God, just nuke the bloody lot, please. Just get rid of the lot. People are just too bloody stupid. They're not going to wake up. They're not going to stand up and say anything until it's too late, and then, oh, we should have said something. You get Homer Simpson to come out then, duh. Really? Let's rewind it, shall we? Let's go back to the beginning. Are you going to say something? Let's take you, who knows you should have said something, back to the beginning. Are you now going to say something? No, I don't want to stand out. I don't want people looking at me. I don't want people saying, oh, well, how can you think it ended up that bad? Most of the people still wouldn't say anything. Even if you took them back, they still wouldn't say anything because they'd be looking out for themselves. Even knowing that all these people have to die. If they don't say anything, all these people are going to die because you didn't say something. Yeah. Utterly and totally ridiculous. What's up? What's actually up here? There's obviously something up here. Let's have a look. Let's see what's up here. Sorry. Mike, come. Come on, Covie. Come on, Covie. We've possibly been this way with Stuart sometime. Yeah. There's a pathway there, but come here. This way. Come, the river's there, you're not going there. River's there. That's why we don't come this way. Because the river's there. Come here. Here now. Here now, Bubs. But 1 second, I'm going to figure this out. But we're going to have to go back to the path and figure out where to go from here. We'll have to go back over there to the other path, I think. Even though there's noise, what can you do? What can you do? As I said, I've done videos talking about drivers and the fact you have people driving at like 35 miles an hour in a 60 mile an hour zone. Yeah. And the reason why that's annoying is because it's not just affecting you. Yeah, look. As I said, if you're on a road where there's no one anywhere near you, if you're driving on a motorway at 2 in the morning and there's no other cars around, drive at whatever speed you like, and below the speed limit. Drive at whatever speed you like. If you want to drive at 10 miles an hour, do that. That's cool. If you want to enjoy the scenery and drive at 10 miles an hour, you do that. You're not impeding anyone. Go for it. When your decision making is affecting other people, then you're an a-hole. Then what you're doing is an a-hole move. Don't do it. Come on. Think about others. It's not just about you. You're in your car, but there's a whole town of people behind you. Same as bike riders. Your bike isn't designed for that. For riding on a 60-mile-an-hour road. You can't possibly keep up to the speed. Not unless you are a proper, sprint racer. If you're a Tour de France racer, then you go on that road. Absolutely, you're going to keep up with the traffic, no problem at all. But unless you're that, you've got no chance. And what you want to do is going to impact others. You've got a whole train of cars behind you. It's bang out of order. You're showing no consideration for others. So if you're in that situation and you know there's loads of cars behind, get off your bike, step to the side, let those cars through. Show some consideration to others. But at the moment, it's such an a-hole society, basically, right now. It really is. With a lot of people doing a lot of very a-hole sort of things right now. Yeah. Well, as I say, when I was walking the dogs the other day, Teri Jacob went over to see the man walking his dogs, and the man said, my dog will attack yours, you better call him away. Well, in that case, your dog should be having a muzzle on, shouldn't it, really? If you know your dog's going to attack. Amber's got the vibrate collar on. Why? Because she might bark at another dog. She won't attack, she won't try to attack a dog. She doesn't quite do that. Wait, enough. Come on this way. Wait, Chewie. Excuse me, I've said this way, I meant it. Come on, we're going this way. Well, the reason why I was a bit pushy there with Chewie is because he's standing behind. Okay, he'll catch up, he knows. Problem is, if the others see him do it, the younger ones, they'll do it as well, and they won't be able to catch up. So they get lost. So it's like, no, you can all come. Come on, this way. Lucy, Chewie. That's why I try and do that, especially when we've got young ones. When they get bigger, it's not such an issue. But it's right, that's part of the frustration with regards to even, them, the two young ones getting biscuits when it's time to go out. If it's a bit later, I could stick them in the kennel or stick them in the shower when it comes to walkies time. Mollie, come here. Until I was ready to get them, and therefore I could keep them away from all that area. But at the moment, I've got Mollie's pups in there because at the moment I can't put the pups in the kennel because I've still got the weights bench out there because I'm still waiting to be able to use that again so I can get to the point where I can go to the gym and use the weights they've got there, because at that gym they've got a weird lot of weights where you go from basically 10 to 30 in a sort of reasonable sort of step up. But then you've got from 30 to 35, then 35 to 40, but the 40s are blinking useless, you can't really use them. So you're going to go to 42. And that's one heck of a step up. So if I was at another gym, where the other gym had the proper weights that led all the way, I wouldn't need to have my bench down at all, would I? But at the moment I do. So it's like, and because I did legs, so I don't regret doing legs necessarily. It's what it is. I'm going to go again on Monday and do legs. Yeah. I might do slightly lesser. Yeah. Just get the routine of doing legs every time I go, I suppose. Just doing lesser. Slightly less than what I did. So instead of doing 82 times 100, yeah. Maybe not quite. Either not quite 82 or not quite 100. Either way. Although, if I continue doing 82 times 100, your legs will get used to it anyway. They will. I've said that in all these videos. You keep doing the same thing, your body gets used to it. So, that's fine, isn't it, really? Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah. That's what I say at the moment. There's an awful lot of frustration. I mean, certainly it's a case where you look at what's going on in society, it always comes back, what's the church doing? What are they doing about this? What are they saying about this? The problem is they're not. They're trying to keep quiet because the church doesn't want to be attacked by the left. Yeah. Yep. Come here now. Come here. Micky. Well, they're coming this way anyway, so not a lot I can do. Okay. Gracie, behave. I don't think they've got a dog. Grace. Nutter. Alright, no jumping, no jumping. Covie. Covie. Stop it now. Covie. Enough. Excuse me, you've been told no. Covie, no. She's friendly, but too friendly. Go. Come this way. Come on, this way. Come on, Covie. Covie, there's a point of being too friendly, sweetheart. Not a good idea. Not all people like doggies, especially they don't like doggies jumping up. Especially you can take it up and all. Nothing. Covie, be a good girl, no jumping. Okay? Can't be jumping up, Coves. Be a good bubba. So that means she's not harmful, Covie, doing that, but it's just, you know, people get annoyed by it. She's not trying to hurt anyone. It's just she's incredibly friendly and she wants to jump up and say hello. Yeah, so, yeah. Oi! And dosey dog. Now, as I say, in the end, the church is responsible for making sure that the crazy is sort of quieting down a bit. Stop attacking him then, idiot. Oi. Teri, stop attacking Jacob. Dozy dog. Yeah, but you keep attacking him, don't look at me. Jacob, move. Jakey, enough. Jakey, enough. Come pick on Covie, go on. Go on, Jakes. Go get Covie. Go get Covie. Jacob. Go see Covie. God knows where Covie is though. Where is she? Where's Coves? Oh, there you are, Coves. All right, I'll see you. I'll see you, Bubs. Yeah, at the moment, yeah, the left wing and society has just been allowed to get out of control by the church. And it's all about fear. Yeah, they're not walking in faith, they're walking in fear. And so, whatever happens in society is simply a reflection of where the church is. And, yeah, that's my concern. My concern isn't trying to fix society because you can't. You can't fix society. What you can is you can teach people about the consequences of their decisions. That's all you can do. But at the moment, that isn't happening. You know, what we need, as I said, is conviction of sin, so that people are convicted of their sin. So a lot of people just continue to carry on in it. Of course they will. And that's okay. Go do that. It's your life. Your life and your eternal life. You get to decide how you want your life to be. Well, now, Coast, your loves. She's just walking next to me, slightly bumping into me. You know, then she's, oh, poor baby. Poor baby Covie. Well, because I told you off. Because I told you off. Oh, poor baby. Eh? Love you. Love you, Coast. Move. Locki, stop jumping. You keep on jumping on me. Come here. Here now. Here now. Covie. Come here. Covie, come. She's a jumper, this one. 11. Covie, stop jumping. Covie. Nata, stop jumping. Pen up.
Hello, hello.
Oh, they're very friendly.
So they have puppies like this. Hello.
There's a little puppy there.
I saw
Little puppy there.
They're quite small.
Hi. Covie, stop jumping. Settle down. Nata.
They're excited.
You do realise if you sit, you'll probably get more cuddles.
They look as if they're waiting for something. Maybe
Aye.
maybe people carry treats, do they, for the see you?
Aye.
I didn't have any treats. No, I'm sorry. I didn't have any treats. If I knew I was going to see you, I would have.
No, that's the point. No, she's not wanting treats. She just jumps up. That's her way of saying
Hello.
hello.
Aye.
She's just too excited.
Uh-huh.
So she's just a bit mad for hello.
Hello. I see.
That's Lucy.
Hello, Lucy.
So of course the mother of the jumpy up one, Covie,
Uh-huh.
is that one there with the pink collar.
Ah, yeah.
She's also the mother of that one there, that's Locki.
Uh-huh.
She's also the mother of that one there in the green collar. Yeah,
Ah,
that's Mr. Mouse.
I see you. Yes.
Micky.
Yeah, I see you. Oh, you want the stick? Or is it your stick and they're away with
And
that?
the mother of the little one there is this one here. That's Amber.
Ah, yeah, that's
Ginger
a
one.
different colour, eh?
Yeah, that's the mother of that one there.
Uh-huh.
And the mother of this one here is the one running around us.
Ah.
Aye.
Oh, well.
Aye.
They're very nice.
Oh yeah. Well, they're reasonably behaved dogs.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say better than that, just reasonably behaved
Yeah.
dogs.
Oh, well, but they need to have fun.
I indeed I do.
A good place for them to run about.
Oh yeah. I'm just doing videos. I walk around doing videos, walking talks when I go around. One of the points I made, and this is a crazy point, but most people in Scotland would say that the nationalist parties in Poland are out of order, and the people in Poland for voting are out of order. Yet Scotland voted for a nationalist party. Not only once, probably about 6 times.
Oh,
SNP is a nationalist party,
yeah.
and yet they've been voted in probably about 6 times. In local elections and general elections. So the Scottish people are just as bad as the people in Poland,
Aye.
because they're voting for a nationalist party.
National Park, yeah.
Aye.
I haven't thought about it like that before, but you.
Aye, it's insane, isn't it, when you think
Yeah,
about it?
definitely.
Well,
That stick coming.
Well, and if you think about Scotland now, they're saying little boys can be little girls now. Aye.
And they're off.
Aye.
So we'll leave it to them.
Right, come this way. This way. Here. This way. Come here. Right, come this way. This way now. Come. Over here. Come up. Should we come? We go this way. I just shared just a few of the things. Well, generally speaking, if it can help people to think a bit differently, you never know. I might have been speaking to SNP voters. I don't know. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I don't know. But it's just sharing a point, which they, as I said, she said she's never thought about it that way. But it's true, though, isn't it? Yeah. That's the point. Yeah. No, I was just talking about, the issues within society. There you go. Cyclists. You're talking about cyclists. Yeah, cyclists coming through there, just through there, try and ride in through the pack. They tried to ride through the pack. Then they claim that Gracie tried to bite them, or bit one of them, which is a lie. She didn't. Gracie doesn't bite people. Problem is with Gracie, she'd go and basically put her face on someone, but because her teeth, her front teeth, are more forward than the back, it feels as if her teeth are on you. But she doesn't bite people. How many times have we come across situations where Gracie's gone up to someone and the person hasn't said, "Oh, your dog bit me," because she doesn't. But it's just entitlement, because I stop them from riding through a pack of dogs. They start making claims like that. Come off it. Complete rubbish. One of them said, he's going to video and send the video to the police. Go for it. So the dogs are out of control. They're laying by your bike, idiot. Mollie was laying in front of the bike looking at a stick. And he was going, oh, she's ready to attack. She's ready to attack. She's looking at a stick. She's the least likely of my dogs to attack. By a long, long way. Grace, come. By a long, long way, Mollie. Mollie Collie? Jesus Christ, no. She's by far the least likely of my dogs to attack. She's got nothing like that in her at all. But because she's laying there looking at a stick. Again, understand, woods for walking dogs. You think you've got a fairly expensive mountain bike, so therefore it's for you? No. Son off. Go on a mountain. That's what mountain bikes are for, isn't it? Go on a mountain. It's these sort of people, I bet you, they bloody drove along this road. It's a 60-mile-an-hour road, this road here. They rode along it. They're quite old people. They wouldn't be riding anywhere near 60 mile an hour. You're entitled idiots. See, an a-hole thing to do. There's 2 a-hole things that those people have just done. At least 2, if not 3. They're older people. These are people that are heading fairly quickly towards that day of judgment. And this is our attitude they got. Have better attitude towards people. Come on. Come on. Put it this way. At some point in time, according to scripture, if you look at it from the point of view that a lot of people understand, which is possible, I'm not saying it's not, I don't know. But if all the Christians are taken from this earth, then you're going to be faced with a situation that mimics anarchy. And you are. I'm talking about, in this video, about the fact that church is what should be basically stopping the crazy. And the church hasn't been, and that's why we're getting a bit out of control with regards to the left. If the church is completely gone, how out of control is society going to be? You think you'll be doing that sort of crap to people? You think that as a cyclist you'll be riding along the road at 10 miles an hour, there'll be a queue of cars? No, one car is going to completely crash into you. It's going to roll over you, leaving your mangled dead body in the road as they drive off. Why? Because there's no consequences anymore. Right? You're going to hell anyway, so what the heck does it matter? You're just going to go through people. When there's no church, that's it. There's nothing pulling back. Come here, Teri. Teri, tissues. Come here, Baba. Right, anyway, pause this a sec. Right, I've got the ones in the boot that I think go in the boot. Come on, in you go. Go on, loose. Chewie, move. Chewie, get in there. Chewie, that's why I said get in there, nutter. Right, move over. Move over. Right, lay down now. That'll do you. Yeah, put it this way. When society gets in that way, when the church leaves, forget it. All bets are off. All bets are off. Yeah, you think there's going to be no consequences? You're absolute morons. You're absolute bloody idiots. The consequences are going to be horrendous. Well, that's before the day of judgment. Yeah? The area's going to be left for a while without a church, but then some people will still give their lives to God during that time. And then those people will be called. They will come to collect those people, and everyone else is going to be judged. So if you think the consequences of that time when there's no church is going to be bad, you wait till you get judged. This way, put it this way, the reason why I say things like cyclists in areas like this, because you have a path that leads to another path, suddenly they're on you, and you've got no way, shape or form, time to control your dogs, no time to call Gracie back, because if they're going to try and ride through the pack, of course, what's Gracie going to do? She's going to tell them to start off, because she's the protector of the pack. That's what she sees herself as. Right? That's going to happen with any pack. You're going to have a dog that's going to see itself as a protector. Right? So realistically speaking, you're stupid. Don't ride through a pack of dogs. You're a moron. Stop. As you're riding along, if you can see the dogs, you can hear me speaking to the blinking dogs, can't you? Don't go down that path. There's another path a little bit further along. Go down there. Especially if you're on mountain bikes, you want to go ride in the bloody woods, go down paths like this rather than paths that people with dogs are going to be going up. Yeah? You've got paths like this that are perfect for testing your blinking bike. You want to go ride in the woods, that's where you ride. Areas like that, not paths like that. That's a path for people to walk in their dogs. And even people walking without dogs, they don't want bloody cyclists rushing past them. You're a pain in the arse. People, eh? Yeah. So I say, give me somewhere a hut to live in the woods. I'll be quite happy with that. Yeah, it's miles away from any people. God, yeah, I'd be so happy with that. Not to have to interact with people. Yeah, about 5 miles out, I do. I drive in to get shopping. I drive in to get car MOT, that sort of stuff, get work done on it. Yeah, I do that. But the less interaction I have with people, the better. Because people are morons. People are bloody stupid and selfish and a-hole-ish. They are. I don't think that's okay. No, I don't think any of it is okay. Especially for you. I don't think any of it is okay for you to do that, for you. It's bloody stupid for you because you are going to face consequences. As I've said already, look, if there is no heaven, there is no hell, then it doesn't matter. For most people, it doesn't matter. If you're not going to live a luxurious life where you have everything you bloody well want, then why would you ever put up with any crap from anyone? You wouldn't. You go back to that person with a bloody hatchet and you chop them up in little bits, wouldn't you? Hide them in the bloody woods, wouldn't you? It doesn't matter if there's no consequences, does it really? There might be consequences of police, yeah? But you're going to die at some point anyway, so if you're going to have a shitty life, you're just going to die anyway and go nowhere, why have the shitty life? Why not take a few out with you? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it, really? That's a Civic. Is that a Civic? Oh, yeah. Blue Civic, cool. Newish. Not that new, just by design. Okay, cool. Here you go. I'll speak to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.